All right, so here's an example of what the screens might look like. The summary screen is just a simple table, right, that iterates over an array or a collection of objects. Presumably, these objects come from a RESTful service that we have gone and fetched the array, the collection from the server. And as it iterates, it renders different, in this case, movies, right? So Terminator, Blade Runner, Aliens, and The Matrix. And then we have a couple of columns here. Now, each one of these objects might have many, many more properties, right, that might not fit horizontally across the screen. So perhaps we're only showing a subset of the fields here in the columns. When we select a particular movie, we would navigate to a details page where we have, since it renders vertically, we have much more space to, to render all the fields. Also, notice that that these fields are a little more nuanced in that we use different widgets to render them depending on their data type. If it's a long string, we might use an array, a text area. If we have if it's an enumerated data type, perhaps we can use a drop down. If it's a short text, we might use an input field. So it depends, right? We might use different widgets to render. You're free to make this look much prettier than I have here, right? But it has to be functional. This has to be actually deployed on a server, right? And the TAs should be able to navigate to your website and actually see all this content, right? And you're free to add some dummy content in there for now. Also, another thing here is that notice that the details screen has an additional field here that's a drop-down of all the IDs, all the unique identifiers. Right? I've added that so that when you select a particular element from there, it automatically refreshes and shows that particular record. That allows us these pages to be implemented independently of each other, as opposed to having to wait so that you can choose a particular element here and then I can navigate to that page. So the two pages are entirely independent of each other. Right? This one with the drop down, you can select any one of the records. Obviously, it makes no sense that you would leave that there, since you might end up with hundreds or thousands of records, and selecting it from a drop down is not very efficient. So typically, you would have a master-slave relationship between these two pages, right? That you can navigate through here and select one of these, and then navigate to the details page of that particular record. Yes, we'll work on that later next week on connecting these two pages. Plus, we'll add some additional interesting things, such as being able to remove a record or update a record or create new records. We'll work on that next week, and we'll add other features as for unit testing and doing front end testing as well. Okay, everybody okay?